Alrighty, hola mola cola, y'all. Welcome back to another We Draw Wednesdays. Shout outs to those of you guys on YouTube. Thank you so much for all of the support you've been showing recently. I'm glad you guys are really liking the shorts and the artwork. And, I really appreciate all of the support that you've been showing me for the past couple of months. So shout outs to you guys helping me grow the channel. Honestly, didn't think I'd get that much attention or get this far, but I really appreciate y'all. You're exceeding my expectations here. And, here's to growing more for 2026. And Tally is already in the chat for Twitch. Redeemed the one for the 14th time. She is cooking right now. I don't know where Mo is at, but my guy, you gotta step it up, my guy. So we're gonna be coloring at night. Very late today, but let's get this coloring done. I'm still working on this New Year's illustration that we started on the new year. It's already February, so it's already been a month. Let's see, let's just work on it. Do as much as we can today. I'll be here until 8 o'clock. So we got like a nice 2 hours. And let's just draw, chill, and chat. The playlist should be playing very, very soon. Let's have a nice and productive time, everyone. Whether it's drawing or, you're making music, maybe you're writing. Let's just dedicate these 2 hours in being productive. It could even be schoolwork. All right? It's a studying session all of a sudden. Yeah. All right. So I'm going to quit yapping. We'll talk more about the characters and my comic later. But right now, let's just get into the coloring. We're going to be using, since we're using digital tools, we're going to be using the magic wand as usual. So I was working on the background a bit just to kind of set up the settings before I go into doing like shading and coloring for the other characters. I did that at the end of last stream because I didn't really want to commit too much time in shading everybody else. But for some of these, actually no, we'll leave it as is for now. Some of these colors I want to change, but most of it's going to be shaded, so we'll just put that change towards the shading, if that makes sense. Kind of like what I did here. His daughter. Matter of fact, hang on. We could actually change some of that right now. So we'll go boop. Wait, no, not this. Let's put this in a folder to make it easy. I'm gonna label it background. There. I'm gonna put this in a folder. I'm gonna label it characters. Okay. Now that we're working with a folder here, let's go ahead and adjust some of the colors. Shortcut key? Oh, on the wrong Just wanted to juggle the saturation a bit. Give that clear distinction under the black and white. Kind of says I'm gonna be strong like there because work had me moving boxes again. I thought they were gonna have you moving boxes again. What happened? What happened? I walked upstairs to get my water bottle, and poof, more boxes appear. And tomorrow I have to reorganize it. I already took the inventory. Yikes. Alright, well, by the end of the week, you're gonna have arms as big as mine. Yeah, you guys can't see my arms, but I'm flexing them. You know, I didn't even realize, like, I used to work for UPS, and my boss pointed out to me, because I was there for like a couple of months. I think it was like 8 months in, and you know, I got hurt. And my boss told me I was useless after I got hurt. And I'm like, what do you mean by that? And he explained to me that the only reason why he hired me is because I had big arms. And that's very useful for carrying big stuff. And it's like, now I'm hurt and I can't carry anything. It's like, oh, great. I'm just kind of like, wait, what? I was like, is that how y'all look at us? Like, dang, this guy looked like he could lift. Alright, you're hired. But now it just makes me wonder. Yeah, the funny thing is, I didn't even think, like, if I compare myself to like actual athletes and like, you know, the gym gurus, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm small compared to them, you know? I don't think they're like big, but you know, those are like, I guess, pro level professional people. Those are like really weird expectations and things to compare myself to. So if we're thinking like an optimal person that you would see on the internet, then yeah, my arms are not that big. But you know, if I had to compare myself to like the average male, then it's like, okay, yeah, they're pretty big compared to like an average guy. But that's only because, okay, so you see, oh, I see. These are lines. These are on the back rail. Figured out that. Let's lock the gray so I don't accidentally come back on it. And let's do the same thing with the flats. We'll lock them for now. If we want to edit them, we're gonna have to force ourselves to. Okay, see, so here we go again. There goes another one. Let's erase that. Let's erase this here. There we go. Ty says, can't wait to see him in person, and I'm a big stuff. What do you mean by that? Hey, Eyes of Heart, welcome back. How you doing? How's your new year going? Good to hear from you again. Welcome on in, welcome on in. Ty says, but anyways, yeah, so now it's just organizing it to make sure all the things are in the same, are in the same pile. Yes, we want to be organized. Because when we're looking for something, we don't want to waste too much time. So it's definitely worth the effort, for sure. But that's the key word, it's effort. I think we want to make your lashes darker and flatter. And just so I can say it ahead of time, I will not be doing a Valentine's Day illustration this year. And this is my punishment because when I planned out the comic, by now I was supposed to have introduced something in the story. I felt like I was going to be at a certain point in the story, because the next Valentine's Day illustration involves like a spoiler, and I absolutely refused. Like, I want to draw it, but I have to earn it, right? I have to work on the comic and reach to that point of the story so that I can draw it. And unfortunately, I did not meet that quota. So the punishment is just that there just won't be just won't get the joy this year. There won't be an illustration. So hopefully next year, which I'm pretty sure by next year, unless like something very drastic in my life happens, we should hit that point in the story. Oh, okay, hold on. What does this look like here? Okay. I don't want this line here because it doesn't follow the 3D form. So let's remove that. Okay. Like I said, I'm a big stuff, meaning that I'm a heavy lady. I'm cute plus size. And Eyes of Art says, what are we doing today? We are coloring. And I've been working on this since January, but this is supposed to be... So the idea is that I don't want to make a New Year's illustration every year. So this is kind of like, we'll make an illustration that I can post every year, right? To say Happy New Year's. But I have to do it in a way where it's not stuck to that one year. So this is going to be the version that I can always change the year. It'll be the same illustration, but we'll just change the number of the year. So that's what we're working on today. It features the cast of my webcomic characters. And yeah, and right now we're just coloring it in at night. That's what we're doing today. So we're gonna be here for 2 hours drawing and coloring, you know, and anyone watching is welcome to work on their own thing too. It's, you know, if you got time to be productive, let's get motivated to work on something, whether it's a drawing, maybe you're writing some poetry, maybe you're working on a story. Let's just do something. Because each little step matters. You know, when I was back in high school, I used to have this mentality that if I had to do anything, it would have to be big. It would have to, you know, otherwise it's not worth the effort. But, you know, then I grew up and realized that, yeah, that was a very bad way of thinking. Because then you'll just never do anything. You know, it's, when it comes down to it, it's all the little stuff that accumulates that makes the huge differences. Yep, amen to that. Yep. So let's keep at it. A little each day. And you know, when you feel up to it, you can do a lot in one day. Start and curve this because, you know, that's just how it's supposed to be here. Okay. Now what I could do, I could thicken the line weight, because when you do thicken line weight, it makes things in front appear more present, right? I could do that for the daughter because she's the closest one to the screen. But that's just something to think about as we move forward. Also, I also never did her eyes. Let's go ahead and color eyes in. You know, I'm gonna do it on the last layer. So let's unlock it, because the reason why I don't like doing it on the line layer is because since it's a vector, it makes it really hard to edit later on. And also, I can't use the bucket tool to fill it. So it's just for the properties of the way the program works. Now let's have the circle tilted a bit inwards here. Yeah, I think that's better. Just to follow that you know, the kind of what's the perspective plane. Just a bit. I'm comparing now. I think I made this eyeball a bit smaller, or this iris a bit smaller. Okay. And I also like to include that second circle in the eye. That kind of separates the inner eye with the outside of the eye. And some artists like to color the inside of this. I'm not one of those artists, but you know, style is a thing, preference is a thing. There are many ways to approach and go about things, and you know, you just gotta figure out how you like to do things. That's how you create your style. I'm gonna add a white layer. Call it white because this is like, this is the white part of the eyeball. I always put it on top of the liner. But if this is nighttime, I should actually decrease this. So let's actually make it darker. And it shouldn't look bad because everything else is dark. Let's do the same thing for the mouth here. Let's make the mouth a little darker. Do the same thing for the eyes. Ty says, "Did you see the moon photo I sent?" Yeah, it was very orange indeed. That was a very orange moon. And just also remember not to stare exactly at it because you know that's gonna mess up your eyes. But yeah, that was a very pretty picture. My style is stick people, stick style. Now, see, the thing about stick style is that I think for you, I think it's a proficiency thing rather than a style choice. Yeah, we can make it a little darker. See, and I like how this happens. I like how it starts overlapping the line here. Because this, when the line does that, it gives you like a sense of like something is spherical. You know what I'm saying? That's why I always put on over the liner to get that sense of a sphere on top of it. We can't do the same here because of the edges. Really kind of good. Why do I have my brush? You know, if I want to emphasize this effect more, we can align over. Like that. Which is something you see like manga that is intentionally black and white. You'll see this effect of the eyeball. You know I can't draw. No, you can draw. I know what you mean. But that's not the way to say it, man. Should be clear cut here. You saw my drawing skills. I can't draw. Well, I mean, listen. I think it was an interesting perspective when you drew those toes, because we thought it was a tree, but you were just drawing spread out toes. And I'm like, oh, okay. No, I see it now. I see it now. But you had us in the first half. You had us in the first half. It was a hand? No. That was supposed to be a hand? We were thinking pinky toe. The word was pinky, right? No, yeah, you're right. If it was pinky, that could have been a hand. Asbart says, I would love to connect with Twitch. Yeah. Well, I mean, Twitch is a free platform. You can get on Twitch at any time. I wonder if this works here. We'll do one side like this and the other side. Let me just look at it. I think I'm gonna pick the left side more, but yeah. I think it's better if we have this shape over the other shape that I have here. So let's do that. There we go. Erase the extra lines here. Okay. Asrat says, I mean with your Twitch, mine is one eye of heart. Oh yeah! Yeah, just drop the you know, you can if you drop a follow, I'll be able to see it, and then, you know, you can follow each other's account on the Twitch platform. Says, you see, I can't draw. Well, according to what my art teacher says, anybody can draw. But also at the same time, there's also something that we said, and when it comes to the successful of an art piece of art, like to make successful art, you just have to be able to draw something that draws in the intended interpretation. So in this case, I guess that would be a failed drawing, right? Because your intention was to draw a hand, and we thought it was a tree, we thought it was a foot. We didn't really figure out that was supposed to be a hand. So you know what? So I'll give you that. I'll give you that. Drop what? Or like, maybe not. Maybe drop with the wrong word, but you know, you can leave a follow. Because that's how they do it on Twitch. They do following or subscription, but which I wouldn't recommend. But you know, a follow will be fine. As I tried, and that's what mattered. Hey, what matters is that we figured out, well, Mo figured out was pinky. So you got some points there. I don't think I figured it out. Okay. Let's see. Ty says I tried to pick the ones that was easy for me. Hey, that was smart. That's good. Because especially we only got like what 20 seconds to draw it. But you definitely want to draw. Don't want to pick something too challenging because you still want the other players in the game to guess what you're drawing. You know what you're drawing, right? So you can get some points. Eyes of Art said, "Listen, I struggle with drawing hands, so I hide them behind the character." The smart strats. Those are the hacks. The hacks. But once you overcome hands, it's not that, you know, big of an issue. According to what I've learned, hardest thing to draw is hips and shoulders. And when I first heard that, I said no, it's not. And then I just kind of dived in very, very deep, and I came to realize that yeah, hips and shoulders are very, very hard to draw compared to everything else. But you know, with enough focused practice, you'll be able to overcome the hand. And the best part, at least for me, the best part about hands is that you have hands to reference. So that's what made it easier for me to draw hands, because now when I approach hands, if it just looks wrong, I just use my own hand and just be like, huh, how's this supposed to look like? And I'll just use my own hand and look at it, and observe it, and I'll just be like, oh, okay, it's supposed to look like this. And then I'll fix it. But like, every other body part, you know, if I want to reference it to double check on it, it would be helpful if I had somebody else here with me, but I don't. So I have to take pictures of my own body. But, you know, but like the hands are just like very easy to use and reference drawing them. We're going to darken. Note here. No, just take note here that I took the hue and I brought it down to blue as I darkened it. See, now, if we look at it, while we do know it is the color blue, it looks green. And that's kind of part of the illusion here, where we're putting colors together. So just keep that in mind as you're going through your coloring journey. It says, I can trace my hands. Yeah, but now it's gonna look like a turkey. I volunteer as tribute to help take photos for you. Photos I can take. Well, it's a very demanding task. So, I don't know. But you know, it'd be great. I've heard in studios, people just help each other out when they need references. So, you know, you've got human resources. But I can also see an option where people get paid to just pose and reference, or just pose for artists, especially when it comes to animation. But that was something I learned in school. Like, animators help each other out. They record themselves. They need to understand how a movement happens, you know, when they animate it, because they use real life references all the time. Not just color the same. I think what we want to do is add some light here. We'll put a rim light over here. Okay. How dark is this? 33 compared to 16. Make it a bit darker. Okay, it's better. It's not. I don't think it's ideal yet, but we can come back to this later. I want to change the shape here. Let's change it a bit. Okay. Okay, now for this. AKA my moon photo, also known as the moon photo. Eyes of Art is back. Welcome back, Eyes of Art. Are we working on anything today? Ali said, I took the kids out to eat today. I was not in the mood to cook. Look at you, allowing your life to be controlled by your mood. Shake my head. I'm gonna put this here because this is what this is communicating is that the arm is blocking off some of the light that are coming down as he has his arm up. some erasing. We can clean up. We're gonna create a rim light. And since it's not a consistent form, we're gonna add a little, gonna make it look very roughy. We need like a clear line here. All right. Okay. So what did you... So Tally, what did you guys go out to eat? What you get? What did you get? Gotta get in there. Oh. Imagine if this was traditional. Oh my God, freaking heart attack. I said living these winter. Living these winter color palette you got going on. Oh, they're living. These color palettes are living. Thank you. Ali says you're doing such a great job. Wow. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I'm doing such a great job, guys. You know what? That's okay. All that matters is that I'm trying my best. All that matters. Such? I meant such? What do you mean? Okay, you said living these winter colored palette you got going on. You doing such a great job. So what are we talking about here, huh? What are we talking? Plus, you didn't tell me what you guys ate today. You say you took the kids out to eat, but what did you take them out to eat? What did you guys get to eat today, huh? The audience would like to know. We are curious. Please share. You know what I just realized? I colored this wrong. We're supposed to have a headpiece here. This is the thing that's connected straight to her. Earmuffs. Yeah, I'm gonna stick it for her hair. Oh, I made a mistake. Working her eyebrows here. I'm at such and you're doing such a great job. Oh, you guys had Korean barbecue? Alright, you sure it's you that took them out or it was Steffi that took them out? Trying to take credit for Steffi's work here? Can't believe it. No, I can't believe it. Can't believe she do such a thing. Malo. No, you did. Steffi's not with me today, but I can bring you with me when you come on down to Texas. I'm stop. She doesn't live in Texas. Oops. There. is this color? Yeah, it's like I shaded it normally and then I realized she had a hat on and I'm like, oh man. Oopsie. Oh, we forgot to take all the stuff that's white, darken it. Let's see. My daughter had ramen with shrimp and egg. Oh, she's trying to kill us. And some pork belly. And your son had rice cake with. Okay. And I had a steak, white rice, cream cheese, pork belly. All this pork. Yeah. Tally says, I'm full. Well, that's very unfortunate. I'm sorry that you're full. Yep, that's being full is something that has developed in American culture. Being full is a bad thing. But everybody in America, for some reason, believes it's a good thing, and they get very happy when they're full. That's literally the worst thing you can do to your stomach. Yeah, and that's part of our problem. We eat to be full. I did not overeat, sir. You did. If you're full, you overeat. That's what being full means. You overate. That's when your stomach is sending signal to your brain saying, hey man, you literally put too much in me. Like, please stop. Stop putting food in here. When you're full, that's what your body is communicating to your brain. Hey, stop it. You're putting too much in here, okay? That's what it means to be full. And that's what your body is saying. So when you eat until you're full, you literally put too much in there. And when we do that at excess, that's a very bad thing. I ate normally and a smaller portion than I normally do. And it's late. Yeah, I mean, that's even worse because it's late and you guys decided to eat pork. And yeah, pork is always a bad idea when it's late. Which is why I got over, like, you know, people used to say don't eat bacon in the morning, and it's just kind of like, you know, I learned more about food, and I'm just like, you know, I'm like, no, the morning is the best time to eat bacon, actually. Yeah, I don't know. It's I used to eat until I get full. So it's such a different world to live in because I stop eating to be full. I eat what I need. That's kind of what I aim for. So it's a very different world because before, if I were to go out to eat, I would look at the pictures and I would just look at everything that looked delicious and I will order that because I just want to taste them. That's it, you know. And back then, looking back, I realized that, yeah, I was just eating for like pleasure, for like the pleasure of tasting good tasting things, right? But you know, those were all bad habits that I had to erase. Now when I look at the menu, it's like, okay, well, what do I want to put in my body? That's what I'm thinking in my head. Like, what does my body need, right? Like what didn't I eat today, or I consider what I ate throughout the week that I can get here in this restaurant or wherever I'm eating out. You know, to give to my body. Like, what does my body need, right? And then I just keep it at that. And I'm not really ordering with a mindset where like I want it to be yummy. It's just I want to be healthy. And by healthy I mean like, you know, I want to give my body what it needs so I have energy, so I can stay motivated, so I don't feel depressed, so I don't get mood swings later, right? Just things that, you know, regulates my body properly. You know, and it's really weird. It's really weird to sit at the restaurant table and think that to yourself. But I've gotten used to it now. But you know, anybody listening to me that doesn't do this, I probably sound crazy to you right now. But that's just how I approach the dining table now. You know, they always try to be like, "Oh, you want anything to drink?" I just be like, "Nah, man, just water. Just give me the water." And you know, and eating like that is so much cheaper because you're not ordering too much. You're not gonna be tempted by all like the, as you know, the restaurants have like marketing strategies to like tempt you to buy things, and you just don't fall for that temptations. Like especially when it comes to drinks, they offer such sweet drinks that are like so overpriced, and they put it in the front to get you to be like, yeah, you know, come get this, right? Come spend like an extra $10 for this drink. But since I always drink water and nothing else, I just, you know, that just never gets me. I just be like, oh, you know, that's cool, but you know, I'm fine. And why? Because I just know my body doesn't need it. I just keep, you know, I just keep it that simple. I don't make it that complicated. Once you remove your desire to, you know, to eat for pleasure, you have more control. And you know, things look, you know, you're less vulnerable to being tempted, right? You know, like especially like now when I go out with my family, like my brother has not cut that habit, so he always ends up like ordering and eating too much, and then he can't finish it and he has to take it home, you know, finish it later. Whereas, you know, I get what I need, I eat it, I don't feel full at the end, but I ate everything, you know, and I'm good. My body got what it needs, you know, and I'm ready to pay and go. And then, you know, and luckily it's like a family thing, but I can't imagine my brother doing that in a social setting. I hope he doesn't, because, you know, how weird does it feel to finish your food and you're still sitting there for like an extra 15 minutes waiting for that person who ordered way too much to finish eating, you know? Just be like, bro, just put it in the bag. I'm ready to go home. I'm done. Not saying he does this, but I'm hoping he doesn't do this. But it's just, he does it every time the family's together. I wouldn't put it past him to do it when he's like out with friends and stuff. I wanted to give this pocket form here, but I think that is the correct thing to do. But now I just wonder about the rest. Well, I mean, the hips come out from here, so I guess the light would reach that. It just depends on how strong I want to make the light, that the cast shadow for the arms. So, you know, we'll just, yeah, well, because we got a cast shadow here for Will's arm, so we'll do the same here. We'll say it will pass about here. And you just gotta keep in mind the volume of the surface that we're going on. All this will be covered from there. And then we'll draw a curve here because it won't be exactly a straight line because we're keeping in mind the contour of the surface area. And it goes for here. Okay. That looks good. That's good. Put some shadow over here. Alright, so that's where I messed up today. After a long day, I had a Coke. And then Luna had a lemonade and Ash water. See? Good to see Ash is the only smart one in the family right now. Good job, Ash. Goated. I deserve a tree after all that hard work. Yeah, the good old I deserved it. Yep. That's the the excuse that breaks every. I'm telling you, yeah, the culture gets you every time, and marketing is such a powerful thing these days. Literally, just how effectively it brainwashes people. Ash said thank you. He's trying to lose weight and gain muscle. Perfect. All right, then that's what you gotta do. That's what you gotta do. Drink the water. Don't get the excess stuff. Let me see. He had pork today too, right? All right, you know what? If you're working out, the pork is good. That says, I don't know how, because you don't do anything but play variant. So, I mean, you don't know what he'd be doing in school. If he's going to school, then he's got gym. And in gym, I don't know how gym is for girls, but for boys, we work out in the gym. Like, and we play sports. Like for me, like all my muscle came from high school because when freshman year, no, not freshman, sophomore, it took a year, but sophomore year, we had a new gym teacher, and he's like, yo, Tario, I want you to get on the court and play basketball with everybody. And the thing is that I had really bad asthma, so like I had like no, what's the word, like no stamina, so I couldn't run around back and forth with the ball on the court playing. Well, I couldn't play sports in general just because of my stamina. So I told that to him. I was just like, you know, I don't want to play because I don't want to get an asthma attack, you know, like if I move around too much, it's really hard to breathe, and I get asthma attack, all that stuff. And he was just like, okay. He goes, you know what? He goes, okay, fine. So he's like, if you're not gonna play a sport and you can play a sport, you're not gonna sit here and do nothing. So he literally told me that, you know, so gym is broken up in my school. For half of the first half, we either do sports or weight training, and then the other half we do the other thing. So sometimes it'd be sports in the beginning of the year, and then we'll do weight training on the other half of the year, and then next year we'll do weight training on the first half of the year, and then we'll do sports on the second. Like, it really depends, but half of the time we're weight training, and the other half we're doing sports. But for me specifically, he's just like, all right, Tario, so when we're doing sports, you're gonna do calisthenics workouts instead, and then, you know, and then when we do the weight training, I expect you to participate for weight training. And I was just like, dang, all right, fine. So, you know, so while we were playing like basketball and football and all that stuff, I was like doing push-ups, sit-ups, like all the calisthenics training. And then the other half of the year comes, I would just do straight weight training. So through the last 3 years of high school for gym, all I did was work out the whole year. And then like after high school, I came out with like, you know, big arms, all this muscle, you know, lean body. So shout out to my gym teacher, because when I first came into high school, I was very fat. I had a big stomach. I have stretch marks to prove it. Like, if you look at my stomach now, it's lean. You know, you see the abs and all that stuff. But if you look closely, you'll see like there's stretch marks near my belly button and stuff, because I used to be, I guess, obese, right? Because I got so fat that my skin started making the stretch mark, and that's how I knew that I had a problem, right? And my best friend tried to get me to be more active and lose weight, all that stuff. Like we tried our own thing, but it wasn't until, you know, my gym teacher looked at me and he said, nah, this is what we're doing, that I actually lost weight, right? That, and on top of that, I learned how to eat better and all that stuff. So I don't want to give too much credit to working out, because because all that workout, I gained a lot of muscle. I got a bit leaner, but I didn't get as lean as I wanted to. I was just like big and stacked. And then it wasn't until I learned how the whole eating and dieting thing works that I got leaner. And that's typically from when I talk to most people about physical fitness, that's typically what most people want to be. They want to be leaner. They don't really want to gain muscle. They just want to lose weight. They want their stomach to be smaller and all that stuff. And I understand how to do all that. And I'm telling you, for those of you who are watching and listening, if you want to get a smaller stomach, it all comes down to the eating. Because I did all the workouts. I did all the workouts. I did a lot. I pushed myself to the limit. I did not see much results in getting leaner from my workouts. And I was supervised by my gym teacher. And so again, it wasn't until I started eating better and putting better stuff in my body that I actually saw the weight loss and you know, my body getting leaner. So when it comes to getting leaner, it's definitely mostly in the eating. I'm not saying you still have to be physically active, but it's going to be mostly eating. But if you want to gain muscle, that's when you got to do the workouts. That's when you got to do the weight training. you know, all the big workouts. If you want to get a bigger body, you want to get stronger, have more power, have more defense. And I say defense like take a hit. If you want somebody to punch you and you want to be able to take it like nothing, then do the weight training. Especially the weight training is going to build your muscle so you can take a hit. Calisthenics trainings builds up your muscle so you can actually deliver the blow. So calisthenics is your attack stat. Weight training is your defense stat. If you put it like that, like in a video game, because that's how I put it to remember. But if you put it like that, that's how you're going to be building your body. But in terms of getting lean, it all comes down to what you eat. Ty says he's playing basketball. He said that weightlifting is a class and he can get it because he has no elective. See, perfect. Yeah, so it's just kind of like, so yeah, that's why you said you don't know how, because all he does is play Valorant. And I'm just like, nah, I'm pretty sure, like, you know, and if he's in school, he's definitely training in school. Because that's something we do. And it's either gonna be a sport or weight training. But that's where we get most of our physical exercise. At least growing up in school. It's after high school where he has to really discipline himself and continue the training. Now that I shut up, I realize how loud I was being. My bad, guys. Sorry I was too loud. Now I did set up the mic to like cut me off if I ever get too loud. But yeah. Yeah, you work hard, you get results. And if you put the effort, well, like I always say at the end of stream, guys, your efforts will never betray you. If you put the effort, surely you will see the results. Okay? And then when you do receive the results, you'll feel good and you'll feel proud of yourself because you had the self-control to do it. And you know, and that's the most powerful skill that you can gain as a human being. Self-control. I cannot stress that enough. Because the people that fail are the people that have no self-control. Okay, let that sink in. Really think about that. We're gonna have to put a shadow here because she is wearing a hat. And I want to pretend that this part of her hair on her bangs come out so much that it's receiving light. Let's darken her eyebrows. Now I know this is such a weird color to see because, you know, her hair is blonde, but when you're dealing with colors at night, you know, some colors get muted out depending on what the spatial color is. And at nighttime, the spatial color is typically blue. And the opposite of blue is yellow. So whenever you're doing coloring, if whatever the stronger color is, the opposite color gets weaker. So if everything is blue, then everything that's like yellowish is very weak, which is why we have a weak looking yellow here. So, you know, just to kind of explain why, you know, I made the yellow look, you know, and it gets a little green sometimes, so you might want to move it a little to the green area because your eyes get so used to all this blue, it doesn't notice how this is green, it just kind of sees it as yellow, you know. Maybe if I zoom it out a bit more, you'll kind of see it. But yeah. I just realized I didn't freaking put in the eyes for some of these characters here. Guys, I treated myself today because I've been lifting boxes since Friday. Well, you know, the reason why I don't like the whole treat myself excuse is because it gives you too much power to, you know, just kind of make excuses for yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like I understand why it exists and I agree with it to, you know, to an extent. But overall, it's an opportunity for people to like abuse their power or to just kind of like abuse their agency, I guess. I don't know how to put it, but basically it's just kind of like once you allow yourself you know, to give yourself an excuse to break the rules, you're gonna find more reasons to break the rules when you want that specific thing. And that's why I'm not a fan of it. So it's like I don't like to, I just don't like to make excuses over these things. It usually takes like I need somebody like a outside party to convince me otherwise whenever, you know, whenever it is something that is deserved. I would need like an outside like opinion, because in my own head it's like, nah, stay consistent, keep doing it, don't, you know, don't find an excuse to stop it, right? Like, you know, like I do drink soda, but I drink it once a month, which by the way I realized it's February, and I realized I went the whole January without drinking soda. So I already messed up. I was supposed to have drunken soda at least once during the January. So I kind of messed up. And I guess part of it's because I got sick. I got sick in the beginning of the year. So it was just straight up water. And then after I got sick, you know, I just kind of went on with doing my stuff. And I just completely forgot the soda. It wasn't until like a new month came and I did all my monthly stuff. I paid my bills, paid the rent, paid the electricity. I went out. You know, I saw my doctors, you know, I did all this stuff that I always used to do at the beginning of the month, and then I was just kind of like, I didn't get my soda last month. Oh, oops. I forgot my soda. So, you know, bottom line is that, you know, nobody's perfect. And so when I say that, I say, you know, be forgiving of yourself when you don't, you know, if you just made that, you know, you just missed that one day or whatever, you know, it's good to have the expectations, but to actually believe that you can follow through as 100% is where it gets a bit toxic. So don't be too hard on yourself when you do make a mistake or if you do slip up. It is a very human things to do. You know, we're not robots. You can't just program yourself a certain way and go on and expect that it's going to, you know, you're going to do everything the way you programmed yourself to do, right? That's a very inhumane thing to do. So although my expectations are that I'm going to be consistent, I know that it's unrealistic, and realistically I know that I'm not going to be 100% consistent, right? Definitely going to make mistakes or, you know, slip up here and there. You know, even art is like that sometimes. I've learned all these techniques to draw. I can't expect all my drawings to come out like, you know, really well, right? Or as intended. Sometimes they come out bad. Sometimes I get a vision and I just fail to bring out the vision that I had in my head. It happens sometimes. And we can, through repetitions and through practice, you get closer and closer to being consistent, especially when it comes to art. That's why you got to keep doing it. That's why you got to keep working on this stuff. And you know, you're doing it to decrease the mistakes or increase the probability of you creating something very good, right? You're just, the practice, all this practice is just helping you work out that consistency, you know, and it's definitely worth doing because you get more control. Okay, and then this goes back to, you know, me talking about self-control being a very, very powerful thing. No, it all comes together in the end. Okay, so we're gonna darken this. Darken this just a bit. Just so it makes sense. It says when you go to the KK barbecue, you can have the veggies and the chicken, like the lettuce wrap with the grilled chicken and other healthy things. See, you can't say that out loud after you chose pork, because now that tells me that you knew what the better option was. You just didn't pick it. And you know, Asian food is, you know, and I'm not not to sound, this isn't a bad thing that I'm saying about that race, but Asian food typically is healthy. So whenever you do dine out through Asian cuisine, I would say lean towards like genuine Asian cuisine and not like the Americanized one. You know what I'm saying? You're picking up what I'm putting down. In terms of being healthy, because I think by default most of their options are healthy, but like, you know, the ones that are in America, they kind of like do things to it that make it not so great. Sally says, because I did not want to today. You didn't want to eat healthy today. Okay. Gotcha, understood. Hey, listen, it's your choice. Your choice. Also, I just realized it's 8 o'clock. We're done. We're done today. That's it. The stream is ending, and it's all Tally's fault. I'm kidding. It's not her fault. Okay. Oh, we almost got all the characters. We're just missing one more. I guess I'll come back. Oops. We'll come back to this next week. We'll continue coloring this. Hard. Hold on. Okay, we're gonna hard color and all the shadings from here. Okay, it's coming along. It is coming along, guys. So it's gonna, just to kind of give you a heads up on how this is gonna look later, and the plan for next week, I guess. But the next step after this, we'll work on the background a bit more, and then we just got to determine the lighting. The ball is going to determine the overall light that the characters receive. Now, the lights, the lighter areas that are on them right now, it's pretty defaulted into like their natural palettes, but we can mix and change that lighting and really like change the vibe of the illustration. So magical lighting at its work. So that's something that I'm planning as I'm going forward with this. And all that stuff is going to be determined by the ball. And what I'm thinking is that every year we change the color. So I got to do it in a way where we can hit that Control U, which is this slider here. And just so I can give you guys an idea, when you hit Control U, you can change the hue color. So if we slide this, all the values are the same, which is a very important thing to say. All the values will stay the same. We can just always change the color. Okay. So I have to set up in a way where I can slide this around, change the light to the appropriate light. And that's how we're gonna do it. That's the trick. Alright, but that's gonna be it for me today. Guy says I also had Ash Ash has a 4-year seizure-free anniversary. Congratulations. 4 years seizure free. You're doing better than my mom. I think she's like 2 years right now since her last seizure. Ty says I've actually been pretty good with the diet I'm on, but today I was just not in the mood to cook, and Ash wanted to celebrate. Tomorrow I'll probably make a sandwich for work, and then dinner would be rice and chicken and veggies. See. So what I don't like about what you said is that you had a reason to celebrate, but you didn't want to take it into your own hands. So you decided to spend for, you know, you see where I'm going with this, right? You know, you could have been over the top here, and what's the word? What's the word I'm looking for? There, above and beyond. You could have gone above and beyond, but you kind of took the easy way out, which is, you know, ain't nothing wrong with that, but you know, just reminding you what other options are there, okay? And you know, hopefully when you have better control of your mood, you can make that a possibility. Just something to consider. Anyways, so let's hit that ending screen. Oh, she meant 5 years, not 4. All right, congratulations, Ash, to your 5-year anniversary of being seizure free. Keep up the good work. Let's stay consistent. Okay, let's make it so that no more seizures ever, if that is possible. But yeah. Ty says I'd rather KK barbecue than Chili's. I'd rather a home freaking feast at home than any restaurant. Because that's how I know my mom really loves me. But the only time that ever happened was my second birthday. Fun fact, my mom made me a cake for the first 2 years of my life. And then after that, she gave up. And she stopped. She stopped cooking. She stopped making... She just took all the easy options out. That's it. She never cooked for us. She always ordered takeout food every time. We always ate frozen meals every other day. So it's like, if we're not buying like McDonald's or pizza or Taco Bell or whatever, then go into the freezer and get like a frozen, like a Hot Pocket or something for dinner, you know? And that has been my whole childhood. So, you know, I grew up without like knowing what it's like to have a mom cook for you. And that's why I'm very heavy on that for myself and for my future partner, because you know, I want my child to grow up with home cooked meals. Whether it's either I do it or she does it. I don't care who does it. Somebody has to do it, because I'm not letting my kids grow up like I did. Anyways, but you know, maybe a lot of people think it's very sad. I appreciate that my mom even made me a birthday cake. I think it's more sad that my younger siblings, like my mom never made any cakes for my younger sibling. It was only for me and my older brother. That's it. And we were the only ones who got a cake made for us. Anyways, so but enough of that about that, guys. Thanks for making it to the end. You know, if once again, for those of you guys on YouTube, appreciate y'all for all the support. You know, YouTube has been booming lately, and it's all thanks to our 31-day challenge. We've gotten a lot of attention from that. I appreciate all the support from the channel. We went up, I believe, 40 subscribers since then. We went over 100. I'm very, very happy about that. And, you know, I'm hoping we'll have more of you guys. And I'm hoping you're enjoying the content and you're learning. I'm assuming most of you guys watching are other artists. And that's the value that you see on my channel. So, you know, I always encourage you guys to just do your best. Continue to practice. Stay strong. Try to stay as consistent as possible. But also remember, nobody's perfect. Okay? As always, your efforts will never betray you. Okay? So keep working on those skills. Nobody's going to be able to take that away from you once you continue to go down that road and take those, you know, baby steps. All those small little steps will matter. As always, guys, be kind to others. All right. I'll be back on Sunday on the Twitch channel and on the gaming channel on YouTube. So until then, have a wonderful weekend. Have a wonderful rest of your night for those of you live. And for those of you watching, have a wonderful rest of your day. Until next time.